My name is Riley Watkins. I'm an online fitness coach, and in this video, I'm going to discuss 3 common myths or lies that men tell themselves, or people in general tell themselves, when it comes to why they are not in the shape that they want, why they can't lose weight, why they have too much fat, why they are not at their health and fitness goals. Let's get started. First one, I'm too busy. What I've noticed based on fitness is nobody on earth is too busy, because if you look at what actually has to happen to get in shape with the way that my program works, first thing, the biggest thing you need to do, if you look at your week, there's 168 hours in a week. Let's say you work out pretty intensely 4 hours per week, which most people don't, but let's say you do. There's 164 hours of your week left. If you divide 4 by 168, that is, I think, 1.3% of your week. 98% of your week is left to nutrition. So nutrition is 98% of your results. Eating different foods takes 0 time. You're eating food every single day. I know you're eating food every single day because you're struggling with your weight. Changing the foods that you eat takes 0 time. You order food, you go to the grocery store, you just grab different things at the grocery store and you eat those instead of the other food. Takes 0 time, there's 98% of your results right there. If you don't know what to eat, you don't know how much to eat, you don't know when to eat, you can apply below for one-on-one fitness coaching with me, and I will personally guarantee that you lose 30 to 50 pounds and 6 to 10 inches off your waist in the next 180 days, or I'll keep coaching you for free until you do. So, too busy. Other than eating different foods, you're gonna have to walk, and you walk and you eat every single day. Those are the 2 biggest drivers of weight loss. So, stepwise, you walk into work every day. You leave your house or your apartment every single day. You walk into the grocery store whenever you go. You walk into anywhere that you go. Every time you walk somewhere, take the stairs. Every time you go into somewhere, park in the farthest spot away. Every single time you get home from work, take a lap around your house. Getting your steps in, right, and taking a more active route does add a tiny amount of time, but you can probably get 6,000 to 7,000 steps per day by just choosing an active route. So there is literally 98% of your results by eating different foods, a little bit more of your results by taking a more active route, and if you look at the rest in terms of the time amount of your week, the last little bit that you actually have to add is maybe 3 to 4 days a week in the gym, resistance training, and then actively trying to get some steps in, maybe 30 minutes per day, if you are struggling to get them in by just taking an active route. But many times, if I just take a more active route when I go to school or when I go to work, whatever it is, wherever I go somewhere, I just always take the stairs at my apartment. I can usually get a lot of steps in, and at the absolute most, having something like a walking pad, or maybe going and taking a short walk in the end of the day, or maybe attaching those steps to a habit, 10 to 15 minute walk, I can rack up those steps without having to actively spend time walking, and that can usually get me my 10 to 12,000 steps per day. So really, if you look at your time, the only thing you have to add is probably some resistance training. And if you're already hitting the gym, there's people that I've worked with that we ended up working out less. They literally saved time getting in shape, because a lot of it is changing the foods that you're eating, being more conscious about how much you're eating, and altering things that way. So that is one tip for you there. Next, metabolism. To be honest, when it comes to metabolism and saying it's my metabolism or it's my hormones or it's my age, I think that most people don't actually believe that, because you don't believe that I don't think people believe it's metabolism. I think it's more of a lie than a myth when it comes to metabolism. Women will talk more about metabolism and hormones, but if you really looked at the food you're eating every day and you look at like piling things on your plate or eating fast food, you could look at your diet and find things that you know are not healthy, or like when you eat junk food, you're like trying to rationalize it and you're just like telling yourself that, you know, if you automatically had something different about your body, like obviously, you know what I mean? But if you think about metabolism, let's actually like break this down. Metabolism, if you look at the definition of what metabolism is, it is the sum of the chemical processes in your body. It's the sum of it. So your metabolism is just where you are right now. But if you actually think about what that means, it's the process of your body building and breaking down. So building, aka adding fat, adding muscle, or breaking down, losing fat, losing muscle. So if you actually had a slow metabolism, it would be harder for you to lose fat, yes, but it would also be harder for you to gain fat because you actually had something wrong with like your gut health, or, you know what I mean? It would be the same both ways. If you had an inability to lose fat, you would also have an inability to gain fat. But I guess usually the line that I hit, that hits for people is like, there's nobody with slow metabolisms in Africa starving. There's nobody with slow metabolisms. Like if you just stopped eating for a month, right, you would, unless you can't starve to death, right, your body has an ability to remove fat from its body. And you might feel that it doesn't work as fast. Well, it doesn't work as fast probably because you are not being as accurate as you think you are. And I guarantee, I've never met somebody in my program who wasn't losing weight at the rate they wanted, who was tracking their food accurately. If you're not losing weight as fast as you want, it is your own inability to accurately track food, and you're lying to yourself in terms of how much you're eating, and you're not being honest with how much activity you're doing. Usually with activity, if you're wearing an Apple Watch, you'll be pretty accurate, but I've never met somebody, literally 100% of my experience in life, I've never encountered an individual who was unable to lose weight in hitting all their macros. Because like it's math, unless you're immune to starving to death, your body, like nobody's body lacks the ability to lose body fat. Nobody's body lacks that ability. So unless you're the only person in the history of the human race that lacks the ability to lose body fat, then it's a behavior change problem and you're not doing the things you need to do to lose weight. I promise you it is that. But then again, I don't believe that anybody believes it's their metabolism, it's their age, it's their hormones, because a lot of times if you press into that, when you say it's your hormones, what do you mean? When you say it's your metabolism, what do you mean? When you say it's your age, what do you mean? Because here's the thing, it's like you act like it's a switch, it's an on or off. Metabolism is not an on or off switch. Age is not on or off switch. If anything, it maybe has at the absolute upper limit, if you include all those factors, a 10% ability in your body's ability. So it's like if you actually look at 100% being you lose a pound a week, okay, maybe you lose 0.9 pounds per week. You know what I mean? So it has nothing to do with your total ability to gain or lose. It is at absolute most a percentage gain in progress. So if you are losing 0.9 pounds per week instead of 1 pound per week, okay, maybe you, at the end of a 24-week cycle, it takes you 1 extra week to lose the weight. Okay, so cut the garbage. It's not your metabolism, it's not your age, it's not any of that. But again, I think you know that. If you're watching this video and you genuinely, if you genuinely believed it was your metabolism, you would be seeking medical help. But you're not seeking medical help because you're not dieting, you're not exercising, you're using that as a foil for your own emotional Band-Aid of my fault. Okay. Next, perfect time. So I get this all the time. I need to wait. I need to wait to start a program. I need to wait to get a coach. I need to wait to get in shape. January 1st. Oh, when I get back from vacation. Every year, you have vacations, you have work, you have kids, you have parties, you have birthdays, you have holidays, you have work events, blah, blah, blah. There is never going to be a time, unless you're just completely retired and have nothing to do in your life, that you just have a clean, open slate. And if you think about what the best time to actually start a program would be, if your goal was to create long-term habits, the best time to start a program, especially with a coach, is to start that when you're at your busiest. Because if you do it when you're at your busiest and you do it when you actually have support from somebody like a coach, then you have the most layers of ensuring success when you're at your hardest. And when it's hard, you're going to need the most support, so it makes more sense to work with a coach, because then when you get over it, after that, you've made it happen in the worst possible conditions, so therefore any other conditions outside of that, it's going to be easy because you've already done it. And if you wait to start a program until you're not busy or after that, you're going to get in shape, and then next time that event that you avoided doing the work inside of occurs, it's going to be the reason that you fall off, because you're like, I've never worked out on vacation. I've never been in shape on vacation. I've never been in shape on birthday parties, right? So that's why when I work with somebody for 6 months, I'm like, dude, 6 months, it's half a year, bro. Like, there's going to be an event inside half a year in which you travel, you have birthdays. You have to change your habits. You have to change who you are. You have to just be different. You can't do all the same shit that you did when you're overweight and out of shape that you are planning to do when you're in shape. You have to change, okay? And you can't just magically flip a switch and change. You have to progressively endure situations that tempt you to go back to your old ways and get over those situations if you actually want the change to be lasting. So that's that. Those are 3 of the things, right? I'm too busy. No, you're not. My metabolism, my hormones, my age, false. Last, perfect time. There is no perfect time. So I hope maybe this video just pissed you off and you're going to keep telling yourself those lies, but I hope this video could be valuable in some way for you to confront the false beliefs that you're telling yourself, confront the lies you're telling yourself, or notice the people in your life that tell themselves these same lies. Maybe you can direct them to this video and I will enlighten them. But either way, if you thought this was valuable and you are somebody who is currently struggling to lose weight, and you're somebody who's currently looking for some help and you're a little bit confused, maybe you tell yourself some of these lies. You're like, it's my metabolism, I don't have time, I don't know what to do, I don't want to figure out on my own, I don't want to go through the stress of creating a fitness program, creating a nutrition program, and doing all the things that, that are hard to the point where you haven't done them already, right? If you're somebody in that situation and you want to lose 30 to 50 pounds of body fat and 6 to 10 inches off your waist in the next 180 days, I personally guarantee that I will help you do that, or I will keep coaching you for free until you do. If you would like more information on the way that my one-on-one coaching program works, I would encourage you to fill out the application below. It'll say, hey, are you trying to do this? You're going to say yes. And then next is going to be a contact form. Say, hey, give me your name, your email. Because I don't know how to tell you I want to help if I can't contact you. So I ask for some contact information. And then there's a couple other questions on there like, hey, where'd you hear from me? Blah, blah, blah. If you'd like more information and you maybe want to work with me, my contact form will be below for my coaching application. If you don't want to apply because, I don't know, maybe you're scared or you're nervous, feel free to check out my other social medias, my Instagram, my Facebook. I post on there every single day. Or feel free to go to the playlist section on this channel and watch client interviews with past clients who have been through my program and listen to their stories about their experience with me and maybe decide if it's something that you feel like you would also like a similar experience as them. If you want even more proof, behind me are clients that have all personally been through my program. This is me, this is Aiden, this is Kai, this is Carson, this is Trey, this is Tyler, this is Jarrett, this is Andrew, this is Kai again, this is my boy Max, this is Drew, this is my boy Paul. All of these people that have been through my program, these are their before and afters. If you go to my Instagram, you'll see the same thing. But I would really highly encourage you, if you're going to look for any other information other than this video, I would encourage you to go to the playlist section on my channel, go to the Results by Riles playlist, and all of those are interviews with some of the people behind me that you see here, of them discussing their experience firsthand with me and us, talking about their fitness goals. So I would really encourage you to watch that. But if you feel like you've seen enough and you feel like I'm somebody that you would trust to help you along your fitness journey, you can fill out the application below, and I'd be more than happy to help, and I'll reach out to see if I can help. Have an amazing day. Remember, the best version of you is not out of shape. Let's get it. Let's go. I'm rooting for you.